You just ate something. And now you feel it. A slight gurgle, a hint of fullness, a tiny wave of warmth in your stomach. For most people, it's nothing. Digestion, a random burp. But for you, it's the beginning of the end. Your brain doesn't register a stomach sensation. It registers a threat, a poison, a loss of control that you can't stop once it starts. Your heart rate climbs, your palms get cold. You start calculating, where is the nearest exit, the nearest bathroom? Can I get there in time? What will people think if they see me? You're not sick, but your body is acting like you're about to die. And the worst part, you have no idea why your own brain turns a normal bodily function into a full-blown emergency. I am your host, and this is Anatomy of Fear. Today, the phobia that doesn't just control what you eat, it controls how you feel about being alive inside your own skin. Emetophobia, the fear of vomiting. And according to new 2026 brain imaging from Caltech, it's not about being disgusted. It's about a specific circuit in your brain that cannot tell the difference between a stomach bug and a social catastrophe. And once we show you where it lives, you'll understand why your body feels like a ticking bomb. To understand emetophobia, we have to go inside a part of your brain you've probably never heard of. It's called the insula, or the insular cortex, and it sits hidden deep in a groove of your brain, tucked away like a security guard in a back room watching thousands of security monitors all at once. The insula's job is interoception. That's the fancy word for feeling what's happening inside your body, your heartbeat, your breathing, your stomach churning, your full bladder. Most of the time, you don't notice the insula working because it's designed to be silent. It monitors, it regulates, it keeps things running without bothering you. But here's what the Caltech 2026 study found. In people with emetophobia, the insula is not silent, it's shouting. When a normal person eats a meal, their insula registers the stomach stretching, sends a signal that says full, and goes back to sleep. When a person with emetophobia eats a meal, their insula registers the same stretch and interprets it as potential poison, potential purge, threat detected. The insula activates 3 times stronger than in a non-phobic brain, 3 times. So when you feel a slight nausea after eating, your brain isn't just noticing it, it's amplifying it, turning the volume up on a sensation that most people would ignore. And that amplification triggers something ancient, something we inherited from our ancestors who had a very good reason to be terrified of vomiting. Because for them, vomiting wasn't just uncomfortable, it was a matter of life and death. Let's go back 200,000 years. You're a hunter-gatherer. You find some berries. They look ripe. They taste sweet. But an hour later, your stomach cramps. Your mouth waters with that specific saliva that only comes before you get sick. Your body is telling you one thing: poison. Get it out. Now. In the ancestral environment, vomiting was a survival mechanism. It was your body's emergency eject button for toxins. If you didn't vomit, you died. So the brain evolved a dedicated circuit for this. It starts in the gut, with nerves that detect bacterial byproducts or toxins. Those signals travel up the vagus nerve to a tiny cluster of neurons called the Nucleus of the Solitary Tract, or NTS. The NTS is like a switchboard. It receives the poison signal and instantly routes it to 2 places. 1, the vomiting center in the brainstem, which triggers the physical act, and 2, the insula, which triggers the emotional and behavioral response, disgust, avoidance, and memory formation. The goal was simple: survive the poison and never eat those berries again. This circuit is why you can get food poisoning from a specific restaurant and feel nauseous just driving past it years later. The insula remembers. It's trying to protect you. But here's the problem the University of Pittsburgh identified in their 2025 study. In the modern world, we almost never actually need this circuit. We have food safety regulations, refrigeration, expiration dates. The vast majority of nausea we feel is not poison. It's anxiety. It's motion sickness. It's a virus that will pass. It's eating too fast. But the insula doesn't know that. The insula still operates on ancient software. And in the emetophobic brain, that software has a fatal glitch. It cannot distinguish between a real toxin and a normal sensation. Every gurgle is a potential threat. Every burp is a warning sign. And the social part of the brain makes it so much worse. Here's where the Karolinska Institute 2024 study changes everything. They found that emetophobia shares 70% of its neural activity with contamination OCD. But there's one crucial difference. In OCD, the fear is about germs getting into you. In emetophobia, the fear is about something coming out of you. And that changes the entire social calculus. Because vomiting is not just a physical event, it's a social event. It's loud, it's messy, it's visible, it's humiliating. In the ancestral environment, if you vomited near the camp, you contaminated the group. You were a threat. You might be exiled until you were clean. And in a small tribe, exile meant death. So the brain learned that vomiting wasn't just dangerous for you, it was dangerous for your social standing, your status, your survival. Fast forward to today. You're in a meeting. You feel a little queasy. Your insula screams, poison, but your prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of your brain, adds another layer. What if I vomit right here, in front of everyone? They'll think I'm weak. They'll think I'm sick. They'll avoid me. I'll lose my job. I'll be alone. This is the loop. The insula triggers the physical alarm. The social brain triggers the existential alarm. And together they create a feedback loop that feeds on itself. You feel nausea because you're anxious. You're anxious because you feel nausea. And the more you try to control it, the worse it gets. Because control is exactly what the insula hates. The insula wants you to listen to your body, but your body is lying to you. If you have emetophobia, you've probably developed a set of rules, a security system. You only eat food you prepared. You check expiration dates obsessively. You avoid buffets. You never eat at new restaurants without reading every review. You scan the room for exits the moment you sit down. You carry mints, antacids, maybe even a plastic bag, just in case. These behaviors feel like protection. They feel like common sense. But here's what the Pittsburgh study found. Every time you avoid a feared situation, you teach your insula that the situation was actually dangerous. Think about it. You feel anxious about eating at a restaurant. You cancel the plan and eat at home. The anxiety goes away. Your brain registers, crisis averted. Avoidance worked. Next time, the insula will be even more convinced that restaurants are dangerous because you survived by avoiding them. The circuit strengthens. The fear generalizes. Soon, it's not just restaurants. It's any food you didn't make. Then any food that's been sitting out for more than an hour. Then any sensation that reminds you of that one time you felt sick. The world shrinks. The rules multiply. And the insula becomes hypervigilant, scanning every signal from your gut for the slightest hint of trouble. It's exhausting, it's isolating, and it's completely backwards. Because the goal isn't to control every variable. The goal is to teach the insula that most nausea is harmless, that you can feel sick and not vomit, that you can be near someone who is sick and not get sick, that your body can handle discomfort without catastrophe. This is where the science of neuroplasticity comes in. The brain can learn new patterns, even the insula, even the ancient poison detector. But it requires doing the opposite of what every instinct tells you to do. The most effective treatment for emetophobia is a type of therapy called interoceptive exposure. It's exactly what it sounds like. You expose yourself to the sensations you fear on purpose in a controlled way to teach your brain that those sensations are not emergencies. For emetophobia, this might mean doing things that create harmless nausea, spinning in a chair, eating a rich food, drinking a carbonated beverage quickly, and then sitting with the sensation, not running, not distracting, just noticing. The insula sends a signal, nausea detected, threat level high. You respond, okay, I noticed that. It's uncomfortable, but I'm not vomiting. I'm safe. At first, the insula fights back. It screams louder. It tries to convince you that this time is different. This time it's real. But if you stay, if you don't avoid, something remarkable happens. The signal weakens. The insula learns. It updates its threat model. It says, okay, this sensation, the one we called poison, it happened 3 times and nothing bad followed. Maybe it's not poison. Maybe it's just digestion. This is not positive thinking. This is not meditation. This is neural retraining, and it works because the brain is built to adapt. The Karolinska study showed that after 8 weeks of interoceptive exposure, insula activity in emetophobes dropped by nearly 40%. The same sensation, different brain response. The fear didn't disappear overnight, but the volume got turned down. The alarm got quieter. And for the first time in years, food stopped being the enemy. There's a paradox at the heart of emetophobia. The more you try to feel safe, the more unsafe you become. The more you try to control your body, the more it controls you. Freedom doesn't come from finding the perfect diet, or the perfect antacid, or the perfect escape route. Freedom comes from making peace with discomfort, from accepting that your body will sometimes feel strange, that nausea is a sensation, not a sentence, that you can handle uncertainty, that you can be in public and feel queasy, and nothing bad will happen. This is what the insula needs to learn. Not that vomiting is impossible, but that you can survive the possibility. That your worth isn't determined by your digestive system. That you are not broken. Your brain is just running old software, and software can be updated. The fear that controls what you eat is not a life sentence. It's a circuit that evolved to protect you from poison but got stuck in a world that no longer requires it. Understanding where it lives, why it fires, and how to retrain it is the first step. The next step is yours. Your insula is listening. It's time to teach it something new. This has been Anatomy of Fear.